It's time. It's time to make the needed changes to Luna Snow. It's been over a year now of Luna Snow absolutely dominating the game, and the devs have been pretty forward about this in Marvel Rivals, where the executive producers have already said Luna is his favorite character, right? Which is why it seems like she keeps getting the pass. And now to all you Luna mains out there who might be watching this video, let me be clear. I'm not saying that Luna needs to get gutted, but I think holistically they need to take power out of her ultimate's duration and try to find a way to equalize it on her kit, and she will be okay. But the reality about Luna Snow is she has been the best support in the game since launch, and all the other supports that could potentially have contended with her, like Mantis or some of these other characters, have either been nerfed how they should be nerfed, or just simply cannot compete with Luna's value. So today I'm going to be talking about the Luna Snow problem and what really needs to be addressed, because she really is the most problematic support right now. Not because she's just insanely oppressive. Her ult is that oppressive, but they're really struggling to tune her down and make good changes to the character. And I'm going to talk about why. So let's start out with this. Let's just break down her kit about what makes her so good. So in the mid fight, her Snowflake ability is already one of the best abilities in the game. The fact that you can just mark your Snowflake on a flanker or even a tank if you need to get them bonus healing and heal 2 people at once without, like, regardless of where they are, no line of sight requirement, that ability is already insanely strong. And I actually don't think that necessarily needs to get changed. I think it makes her kit interesting, and that's the kind of stuff they should lean into to make her design feel unique and rewarding. On top of that, she has very, very good damage on her base form, pseudo hit scan that can just knock flyers out of the sky. I'll play a clip from Lightstream where, like, he peeks this Luna with her new damage change and she just instantly deletes a flyer. It's pretty crazy.
Aggressive, we'll use Loki's to be more defensive, or what?
Why not just your own, bro?
This is a support.
I mean, dude,
this
if
is
you
a
want
fucking
to do that,
support.
I'm perfectly
Okay?
down with that.
This is a
That's fine.
support.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I can use mine to be more aggressive so they have to look at it.
Guang Guang! What are we doing right now?
I can try to combo.
Get that shit out the game, bro.
So you've got great pockets for flankers and flyers. She's a must pick when you have a flyer on your team to pocket that flyer, or that flanker for that matter. Then she has her clap, her shift ability, which lets her cleave through numerous targets and heal everybody at once. Self-regen from healing. She's got her freeze ability that stuns a flanker and now they buffed it so it gives her shields when you land it. Absolutely insanely strong ability with so much on her kit. It actually is insane how much that character does. Then, to top it off, she's got, hands down, the strongest support ult in the game. It's been that way from the very beginning. Her ult, which can then swap to damage boost that lasts twice as long as something like Mantis ult at 12 seconds. They've had to nerf this numerous times, but they aren't addressing the big problem with it, in that it lasts for 12 seconds. Rivals is such an interesting game, right? The game has been either very fun or very bad, to be frank. But the issue is that when the game becomes a massive stall, it becomes insanely boring. This is where they run into the problem, where they want every hero to feel super. They want Luna to feel super, right? They want everything to be special and strong and feel powerful. But when Luna Snow is able to sit there for 12 seconds, and then God forbid there's a Loki that copies her, that's another 12 seconds right there, of making everyone invincible unless there is, like, a very niche ult, like an Iron Man ult, a Mag ult. Only a couple ults in the game can actually pierce the Luna ult, and it's because those ults can pierce Luna's ult. Those characters that have those ults have been the strongest picks in the game really since the alpha. The best characters of the game in Rivals has been almost the same thing pretty much this entire time. Magneto's been really good because his ult either shuts down the DPS ults and it can kill through the support ults. That's the reason why he's been the best tank in the game, you know, since the beginning. Luna and Loki have been super strong together because there's not real options to pierce through that ult. And so what they've struggled to do is they keep trying to, like, rebalance Luna or put different things in different places to make her not be as oppressive, like nerf her ult charge rate, when reality is what they need to do is they've just got to nerf the ultimate duration. Because if you nerf the ultimate duration, it's much more okay to have the build rate be a little bit faster, just lower the big problem parts of her kit. But they've got to rein in Luna Snow, and I think the lowest hanging fruit is to take that ult from 12 to maybe 9 seconds, right? Then you can increase its build rate just a little bit more if you're worried about compensation buffs. And I want Luna players out there to know, I actually don't think Luna's a skillless character. She actually is pretty hard to play. If you miss your cooldowns, you do die. You kind of are a sitting duck. But I think even Luna players would agree, like, they've struggled to find the right fit for Luna in the game because people are complaining that she's oppressive. And I think an ult that does that much, like, take her ult, for example, and then compare it to other supports in the game, where on her own, at her base, her neutral fight abilities and her base abilities on their own are generally better than most supports in the game. Like, her output, where she can heal, how she can multitask, her CC, her cleave, all of those things are better than most supports in the game already. So why should her ult last for 12 seconds, heal more, have the ability to damage boost, right? Compared to Mantis ult, which you can kill the Mantis through it on a ton of, and focus her through it. Luna's CC immune in her ult. Mantis is not CC immune. She doesn't heal as much. You get the shield, sure, and it lasts twice as long. How is it okay for Luna's ult to do that much more than Mantis, for example, when she already does more in the mid-fight as well? And the answer really is just preference and bias from the devs. They love Luna. That's the only conclusion I can come to, because it's so egregious that it's like, all right, guys, so this is my nice way of making the video and saying, hey, Netties, guys,
Who the fuck is Luna?
you guys have left Luna so broken for so long, to the point where it's actually making it harder for you guys to balance the rest of the game because you refuse to nerf the character, or really, I just want to say change. You refuse to change the character that has had this problem for over a year now. The game is not fun when support ults last for 12 plus seconds. And now here's the concern too. What about things like Iron Fist ult, right? Things that last like, 12 seconds on their own. Well, what about that? Well, if any ult should last 12 seconds, it should be the support ults that heal less. It should be the Cloak and Dagger ults. It should be even the Mantis ult, right? Like, I'm not saying they should make Mantis ult 12 seconds, but I'm saying if it's going to be an ult that lasts longer, that has a longer duration, it can't have as much power, or else it's just not as valuable, which is why Luna ult is just the best support ult in the game, and why Luna Loki can be so frustrating to play against, because Loki's as good as the support he copies. So if Luna is broken, you're just going to pick Loki and then copy the Luna there as well. So that ult, I think, is the lowest hanging fruit that they can cut down to make rivals significantly better. And that's why I've enjoyed playing with the new Rocket and the new Ultron, because the Rocket ult doesn't make everyone invincible. You have counterplay, you can break it, and the Ultron ult is an offensive ult. When you play against it, you can still make plays. They go by the model. We want everyone to feel like they're playing superheroes. Sure, but how am I supposed to feel like I'm playing a superhero when Luna can press Q and for literally 12, 15 seconds, nothing can die? There is no point in me playing the game on 85% of the cast. That is bad design, straight up. It is just bad design, and it actually hurts you guys more than it helps you. So it's time to nerf Luna. Luna Snow needs to be changed. I think the easiest thing you can do is just take that ult down to 9 seconds. If you're nervous about 6 or 7, take it to 9. 9 seconds of basically invulnerability is still a lot. It really would not even hurt the character that much, but it would bring her much more in line with the other supports in the game, and it would give you all more room to make her mid-fight stronger if you needed to, which I really don't think that you do right now. But you're not struggling trying to make all this stuff work and worried about gutting the character. But, her mid-fight will have to get nerfed over time quite a bit if you want to leave the ult where it is. And I think that her base abilities and her mid-fight makes her much more interesting of a character, much more fun to play than the ult that sits there and lasts for 12 seconds. Don't confuse a bad, overpowered mechanic with losing what makes the superhero game and making players feel special. That extra 3 seconds of making everyone invincible when no one else can do anything is not the answer to making the game more fun for most players in the game and in the world. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's time to finally hit Luna Snow's ult with the hammer? I think it is. I'm surprised it's lasted this long, but again, she is the fan favorite of their dev team. They've already said this publicly, so, favorites do get played. Luna Snow has been the youngest child, if you will, right? You know how the youngest kid gets away with everything, but it's time to ground the youngest kid for misbehaving, because it's taken away from the rest of the family. So, it's time to nerf Luna Snow. Get her out. Not out. I shouldn't say that, because get her in line. Get her in line. Teach her to behave like the rest of the class, and then we're good to go. So what do you guys think? Y'all let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys. Take care. Much love. Peace